Good morning and happy Monday. Who got 12 inches of snow yesterday? I did. Yay. Ugh. This is Kurt Berglund with a Monday baseball book review for you every Monday on my YouTube channel. I do a review of one book, could be an old book, could be a new book, could be somewhere in between, that I think might be an interesting addition to your library for you to think about, or at least do more reading online about. Today is a book I'm very excited to bring to you. It is a fairly new book to my collection. It is called Remembering Japanese Baseball, and it's by a writer named Robert K. Fitts. And all of his work can be found on the cheap at robfitts.com. Robfitts.com. That, in case you can't read my writing, ROBFITTS.com. Rob Fitts is a scholar on Japanese baseball who is excellent at telling the story, but he's also excellent at asking really good questions of his interview subjects. This book is an oral history of Japanese baseball told by a mix of Japanese baseball players, Japanese men, and some foreign, mostly American players who went to Japan to play there. It's 221 pages long. If you go to robfitts.com, you can pick up the paperback for $8.99, I think, plus shipping, but media mail, that'll be, what, $4 or $5 more. So you're talking about a book that is going to be very instructive to you about Japanese baseball for about $13-14. The American, there are 25 different interview subjects. It's sort of modeled after the glory of our time, of their times, in that it is oral history. It is them telling their story, their impressions of Japanese baseball, their understanding of Japanese culture, and how the two sort of reflect each other. But you can tell, even though there's not, he's transcribing the interviews, you can tell that he's asking really good questions and getting them to talk about their experiences. Some of the players you might recognize are people like Masanori Murakami, who was the first Japanese national to play in the major leagues. He was a pitcher, left-handed pitcher for the San Francisco Giants. Don Blasingame, Gene Martin, Clyde Wright, Liron Lee, Greg Boomer Wells, Brad the Animal Leslie, Orestes Estrada, Jack Howell, Alonzo Powell. Those are some of the players that he interviewed for the book. And I found myself learning, and I was doing this research as a part of creating a set of baseball cards for Pine Tar Baseball based on the Japanese leagues. And before I do that, before I start any set, I do some reading, and a fair amount of reading, to try and get a sense of what the game was like and what you see in Japanese baseball. It's a fascinating game, and the more I learn about it, the more I want to learn about it, and I think that might be the case for you too, is that beyond the numbers, this book tells about what the game is like and how the game evolved over time, much like Major League Baseball evolved over time and is a different game now than even it was 20 or 30 years ago. If you're interested in Japanese baseball, there's two places to go. One is to robfitts.com. I don't make any money from this. Rob Fitts isn't paying me. I'm just a fan of his work. And the other place is to baseballguru.com. And at baseballguru.com, there's the writing of a man named Jim Albright, who takes you through the old players from the 1930s to the present of Japanese baseball and who was great and how they rank in order, a little bit about the stats, a little bit about the players anecdotally. So it's really those two places, robfitz.com and baseballguru.com. If you're just starting out in understanding what Japanese baseball is about, these are the places to look. Rob Fitz has other books on his website that are as good or better than this one. I like this one a lot. I like some of his other stuff a lot too. And he also has a new book coming out in July about Japanese baseball cards that I'm going to be picking up as well. It's looks like a great book to have. It's available, I believe, online right now, but I want to get that. And then there's another book that is on my pile to read called Bonsai Babe Ruth, about a group of Major League stars who did a tour of Japan, played against some Japanese teams in Japan in 1934, and how that sort of impacted the relationship between Japan and the United States in that very difficult time. So this is Remembering Japanese Baseball. It's a little more than 200 pages. The soft cover is available at robfitz.com. Hardcover is available, I believe, at Amazon, but I just checked, and the hardcover, I believe, is sold out as far as I can tell. Ebooks are also available for Remembering Japanese Baseball as well. So if you're interested in Japanese baseball, I strongly recommend this book and this website and baseballguru.com. Hope you have a good day. Hope you enjoyed the review. I'll be back next Monday with another review of a book related to baseball for you to consider for your collection. Thank you so much for joining me. Please subscribe if you like what you see. My name's Kurt Bergman. I hope you have a good day. So long, everybody.